50 Cent says, I got the checks, not the trophies.
You got to have a double CD and die to go diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Tupac, All Eyes on Me.
Yeah.
Prior to my album coming, Give It to Die Trying, you had to have a double CD and die.
Yeah, cause Big too. I think Life After Death. Yeah.
Those are the only two albums that sold that many copies. So when you come and you having that much success, they're afraid their kids gonna want to be 50 Cent if they acknowledge the material. So they don't give you the trophies. I got the checks. I didn't get the trophies.
What's good, Jetsetters? 50 Cent never been fake or played industry games. 50 said, give me the checks, forget the trophies. 50 Cent embodies what it means to put business before clout. Now think back to when 50 Cent was really on top of the game. You couldn't turn on the radio without hearing his music. Not to mention he had vitamin water and his own video game. Despite all of his success, the music industry still refused to honor him with awards. For the average mainstream artist today, that would really mess with their confidence. But 50 just kept going. Fast forward to today, he's dominating film and television. In my opinion, none of these things he's doing today would have been possible if he would have sold out to fit in with the industry. 50 Cent is a great example of why it is important to get the business right in the music business. You see, in the music industry, they only really want to highlight the artists they have under terrible contracts. Those contracts give most of the money to the label. 50 Cent wasn't about to fall for that, and in my opinion, that's why he never was an industry favorite. Now, a lot of people will say it was his numerous rap beefs, but I disagree. If you look at his catalog, it is simply hit after hit. Even without the beef, he would have been a major success. See, I did this video not just to highlight 50 Cent, but to show all my independent artists out there that this is how it's done. A lot of these award shows and trophies the industry gives out is just rigged. On top of all that, a lot of your favorite artists are going to be broke in a few years. Don't be finessed by the flex, it's all for show. Focus on building your brand and doing great business. This is why staying independent is important in the music business. See, 50 Cent didn't have the luxury we have today when he was coming into the game. We're talking about the late 90s, early 2000s, when you couldn't get much of anything done without a label. But could you imagine 50 Cent in his prime today as an independent artist? Him and G-Unit would have every label knocking at their door, not to mention their streaming numbers would be insane. That's the mindset I want to instill in my audience. Stay independent and run up a bag. Then when the labels come, they have to come with respect. Having this kind of business mindset will serve you well. See, despite all of his beefs, 50 Cent is still around today. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for a lot of our rappers today. I think this is by design. A lot of labels seem to be signing artists who are still active in the streets. Rappers today are either dying young or getting a RICO case. 50 avoided both, and that's because he knew how to put business above nonsense. The music industry really didn't want 50 Cent to succeed. I know some of y'all out there are like, what? But how could that be? All the #1 records, albums, and movies? That can't be true. Go back and listen to what 50 Cent said though. He talked about how despite all of his success, he was not praised by those in the business. You have to understand the reason 50 Cent was successful wasn't because he did everything he was told or because he signed to Eminem. It was because he knew how to stand out in the music industry. And when I say stand out, I'm not talking about doing some goofy dance or making jokes on TikTok. Nah, see, standing out a lot of times come down to how you do business. 50 knew marketing very well. He knew that people were fascinated with the street lifestyle, so he gave them that in his music. And on the business side, he knew to make calculated moves that would lead to years of residual income. This is how you truly stand out. See, a lot of young artists think they need some sort of clout or to be associated with a large record company. But I'm here to tell you that's just not the case. You know, a lot of people talk about networking, But honestly, when you get business done for yourself first, people look at you as a person of power. Other bosses will gravitate to you naturally, and networking will be easy. This is how to network in the music industry. Getting things done on your own independently. With this method, you won't have to show up to fugazi parties and pretend. Nah, that's just a waste of time. 50 Cent is the perfect example of this, especially in his prime. Artists would much rather be his friend than his enemy. Today, as independent artists, we can move just like 50 Cent too. Now, I'm not saying we all need to be street or something like that. Nah, I'm saying we can have that same kind of power. One of the best ways to achieve this is content and SEO. You need to know how to use SEO in the music industry. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and it's the future of the music business in my opinion. You can use platforms like YouTube, TikTok, or even Instagram to get popping today. You can literally gain millions of fans without a label today. Use services like vidIQ to get the SEO right. vidIQ will teach you how to do keyword research for SEO. This service will also help you get the best tags and titles. The link will be down below in the description and in my bio. Imagine 50 Cent performing in the club in his prime on IG or YouTube. He would have reached a whole nother height. Another thing that 50 Cent did that we can also do as independent artists was develop his craft in songwriting. Great songwriting was key to his success in the business. There's nothing wrong with taking your time and making a song great. As independent artists, you need to learn how to speed up your songwriting process. Collaboration is key in this business. Collaboration can take your career to new heights. When you collaborate, you limit the time it takes to write a song, and you also get a fresh perspective. I personally offer my own songwriting service that will help you with this process. The link to my service will be down below in the description and in my bio as well. 50 Cent collaborated with many producers during his career and also helped others pen classic songs. Look up his discography under Curtis Jackson and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, before you collaborate with anyone or start releasing songs, you need to learn how to be honest in your songwriting. 50 Cent was hit 9 times, and instead of running from his past, he embraced it in his music. Many people look at it like he was promoting violence or a street lifestyle. I feel differently though. I think he was just telling his truth about what he had been through. As independent artists, we should do the same thing. Honesty can lead to real fans that are loyal to you. All of these elements combined is how you get noticed in the music business. Strong lyrics, strong content, and honesty will propel you to the top as an independent artist or even a signed artist. That's right, whether you're signed or independent, you need to look at yourself as a business and not just an artist. Every day you need to be thinking about how to grow your music business. And no manager or agent is going to do that for you. You do that yourself by mastering the concepts I just mentioned. Strong lyrics, strong content, and honesty throughout your entire career. That will propel you to the top. However, even after you master these concepts, you still have to understand how dirty the music business can get. So let's say you really start taking off. You master these concepts, you get millions of streams, got a fan base, all that good stuff. You still got to understand business. Don't think just because you're an independent artist and you're not signed to a big label that you don't have to worry about the business stuff. Oh no, you do. Because you got people coming all out of the woodwork just trying to get your attention. You got independent labels, fake managers, fake gurus. You got to know how to get through all that stuff as well. So read books like All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald Passman. Man, that book has changed my career drastically. I learned so much in that book. You definitely need to get that book. Also, get the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. He'll teach you a lot about business in general, not just the music business, but business in general. Learn assets and liabilities. See, once you put all this stuff together, the music, the content with the actual business, that's when you're unstoppable in the game, right? That's when you are a force to be reckoned with in this game. So again, get All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald Passman, and Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And to learn more about how dirty the music business can get, check out this video on the end screen to learn how 50 Cent handles ruthless business practices. Peace.